In the last episode, we witnessed a logistical miracle that defied human endurance. We saw Khalid ibn al-Walid lead a perilous 5-day suicide march across the waterless Syrian desert, utilizing the stomachs of slaughtered camels to keep his cavalry's horses alive. Emerging from the deep desert like a phantom, Khalid consolidated the scattered Muslim corps into a single, unified strike force of 32,000 men. Now, the element of surprise is gone. The Byzantine Roman Empire has awakened. Emperor Heraclius has concentrated a massive imperial army of 90,000 soldiers under the command of the governor of Emesa, Wardan, and his deputy, Kubuklar. They have established a vast camp along the road from Jerusalem to Beit Jibrin, intending to crush the Muslim invasion for once and for all. The stage is set for the first titanic clash between Islam and Eastern Rome. Welcome to the Battle of Ajnadeen. The Syrian sun beats on the plain of Ajnadein. It is the third week of July, 634 AD. The two sprawling camps run like parallel lines across the landscape, so meticulously laid out that either army can take the field at a moment's notice. To the Romans, these desert warriors are a mystery. Seeking intelligence, Kubuklar sends a Christian Arab spy to infiltrate the Muslim camp. The spy spends a day and a night among Khalid's men and returns with a report that sends a chill through the Roman high command. By night, they are like monks. By day, like warriors, the spy reveals. If the son of their ruler committed theft, they would cut off his hand, and if he committed adultery, they would stone him to death. Kubuklar absorbs this information, his face darkening. He mutters, "If what you say be true, it would be better to be in the belly of the earth than to meet such a people upon its surface." Before the full deployment, Khalid decides to test the nerve of the Roman war machine. He sends out a single scout, Dhiraar bin Al-Azwar. Stripping to his waist, Dhiraar rides out alone toward a small hillock near the center of the Roman camp. Incensed by this brazen display, 30 Roman horsemen ride out to intercept him. Dhiraar immediately turns his horse and canters away, feigning retreat to draw the pursuers far from their lines. Once they are isolated in the no-man's land, the trap springs. Dhiraar wheels his mount around and charges. He uses his exceptional horsemanship to isolate the Romans, engaging them one by one. He kills 19 of the elite riders before the remaining survivors break and flee back to their camp. That night, the Roman tents whispered the legend of the dreaded, naked champion. I want to ask you, in ancient warfare, how much of a battle is decided by psychological dominance before the swords even clash? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, let us look at the opening gambits of the battle itself. As the two armies array for combat, the Romans attempt a psychological play of their own. An old bishop wearing a black hat emerges from the Roman center and walks halfway across the battlefield. Khalid rides out to meet him. The bishop looks at the battle-worn Muslim commander and offers charity. "My master Wardan is inclined to be generous with you. He has sent me to tell you that if you take your army away from this land, he will give each of your men a dinar, a robe, and a turban, and for you there will be 100 dinars and 100 robes and 100 turbans." Khalid listens impatiently, and then a response that captures the entire Muslim spirit.
Khalid's response is immediate and uncompromising. He offers the bishop the standard terms: Islam, the jizya, or the sword. As for the offered wealth, Khalid coldly replies, "We shall soon take it from you anyway. The time for talk is over." Furious at the rejection, Wardan orders his advanced line of archers and slingers to open fire. The Romans, equipped with superior composite bows, easily outrange the Muslims. A deadly hail of arrows and stones rains down on the Muslim front lines, inflicting heavy casualties. In the Muslim center, the commander Mu'ad bin Jabal watches his men fall. Frustrated and bleeding, he begs Khalid for the order to charge and close the distance. But Khalid remains completely motionless, his eyes scanning the horizon. "Not until I give the order," Khalid commands, "and not until the sun has passed its zenith." Khalid's tactical calculation is ruthless but brilliant. He knows that in the afternoon the wind will shift and the descending sun will shine directly into the eyes of the Romans. He trades the blood of his men for a blinding environmental advantage. Pause here and consider the brutal calculus of command. Khalid forces his men to stand and take heavy casualties to secure the perfect tactical window. Would you have the iron will to hold that line under fire? Tell me below. Unable to bear the static punishment any longer, the impetuous Dhiraar approaches Khalid. "Why are we waiting when Allah the Most High is on our side?" he demands. "Order the attack, and we shall attack with you." Khalid sees an opportunity to relieve the pressure and eliminate the enemy leadership. He permits individual champions to go forward. Dhiraar spurs his mount. Reaching the center, he bellows his war cry. "I am the death of the Pale Ones. I am the killer of the Romans. I am a scourge sent upon you. I am Dhiraar bin Al-Azwar." He rapidly strips off his armor and shirt, standing half naked before the heavily armored Romans. He charges into the Roman champions, slaughtering several top officers, including the governors of Amman and Tiberias. When 10 Roman officers attempt to mob him, Khalid instantly deploys 10 of his own stalwarts to intercept and kill them. For 2 hours the champions duel, bleeding the Roman officer corps dry and neutralizing the archer barrage. Once the sun passes its zenith, Khalid finally gives the order. The entire Muslim front surges forward. Because the Roman army is too massive to outflank, and Khalid's force is too small to attempt an envelopment without dangerously weakening his center, this is a brutal frontal slogging match at close quarters. For hours, swords clash against shields in a horrific grinder of human bodies, lasting until the exhausted armies break contact in the late afternoon and fall back to their lines. The Roman losses are staggering, but Guardan is not finished. Recognizing he cannot win a straight fight, he formulates a treacherous assassination plot. He plans to invite Khalid to a peace parley between the armies the next morning. However, he will conceal 10 elite assassins behind a hillock just right of the Roman center. On Guardan's signal, they will rush out and cut Khalid to pieces. To set the trap, Guardan sends a Christian Arab staff officer named David to deliver the invitation. But when David approaches the Muslim lines and stands before Khalid, the sheer presence of the sword of Allah shatters his nerve. Khalid glares at him with piercing, pitiless eyes and issues a stark ultimatum. "Speak. If you are truthful, you will survive."
"You lie, you shall perish." David breaks. He reveals the entire plot, detailing exactly the hillock where the 10 assassins will hide. Khalid promises David safety for him and his family, provided he returns toward dawn and pretends the trap is successfully set. Put yourself in Khalid's boots. You are about to walk into an ambush, trusting entirely that your men can execute a flawless counter-operation in the dark. Hit the like button if you appreciate this level of absolute tactical audacity. Rather than simply avoiding the meeting, Khalid decides to spring a counter-trap. He initially wants to go to the hillock alone to kill all 10 men, but Abu Ubaidah dissuades him. Instead, Khalid sends Dhiraar and 9 hand-picked commandos. Shortly before midnight, the naked champion and his squad slip silently into the no-man's land. They locate the concealed Romans, slit their throats noiselessly, and put on the imperial armor. They wait in the dark. As the sun rises, Wardan rides forward in bejeweled armor, confident in his deception. Khalid rides out to meet him. Wardan speaks condescendingly, attempting to distract Khalid. Suddenly, Wardan springs forward, grabbing Khalid, and shouts the signal for his hidden assassins. From behind the hillock, 10 men emerge and sprint towards the dueling commanders. Wardan smiles, anticipating Khalid's death. But as the leader of the group draws near, he throws off the Roman garments. He is naked to the waist. It is Dhiraar. Wardan's smile dissolves into absolute horror. Realizing his doom, he begs Khalid, "I beseech you, kill me yourself. Do not let this devil come near me." Khalid merely nods to Dhiraar. With a single flash of his sword, Dhiraar severs Wardan's head. The psychological shock of seeing their commander-in-chief decapitated by his own assassins paralyzes the Roman lines. Khalid wastes no time. He immediately orders a general offensive. The Muslim center, wings, and flank guards hurl themselves at the stunned Imperial Army. Without Wardan to coordinate the defense, the Roman formations shatter. The retreat devolves into a panicked rout. Fleeing Romans scatter in 3 directions: Gaza, Jaffa, and Jerusalem. Khalid instantly unleashes his cavalry in a relentless pursuit, cutting down the fleeing soldiers across the plains. By sunset, the Imperial Army of Caesar ceased to exist. Up to 50,000 Romans lay dead, while the Muslims suffer only a fraction of those losses. The Battle of Ajnadeen is a monumental victory. The gateway to the heart of Syria is now wide open, and the great city of Damascus beckons to the victorious Muslims. But as Khalid prepares to march north, a lone rider is making his way from Medina. The Caliph Abu Bakr has passed away, and Umar bin al-Khattab has taken the throne. And in his hand, the messenger carries a sealed letter that will strike Khalid harder than any Roman sword. Next time, the siege of Damascus, the treason of Jonah the lover, and the dismissal of the sword of Allah. Subscribe to the House of Wisdom to witness the conquest of Syria.